Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to deal a new topic of planning, that is types of plan. This will be asked in the examination for 4 marks as well as for 8 marks. Question will be like, explain any two types of plan for 4 marks, whereas explain any 4 types of plan which will be asked for the 8 marks. So let us understand each plans in detail. Types of plan. An organization has to prepare a plan before taking any decisions related to business operation or understanding any project. Every successful organizations will be having a types of plan that they are dealing with the each and every aspect in depth and they are achieving their objectives. Plans can be classified into several types depending on the use and the length of the planning period. These plans can be classified into two segment or two category, that is single use plans and standing plans. Let us understand the first one, single use plan. A single use plan is developed for a one time event or project. Once it is executed, the time period or the plan will be expired. The duration of these plans may depend upon the type of project. It may span a week or a month. A project may sometimes be of only one day, such as organizing an event in the organization or organizing an event in the colleges. So these are some examples. Conducting some seminars by a responsible, you can call it as a great personalities, or you can conduct any conferences. So these are a one day event or one day plans which is going to be given to the each and every workers in the organization. Sometimes the plans may take a week, that 7 days or a 30 days. So it is depends on the time or the topic what they will cover. These plans includes these can be called it as an example for the single use plan, that is budgets, programs and projects. Second one, standing plan. A standing plan is used for activities that occurs regularly over a period of time. Here you can say a standing plan is which is always using on a regular basis to achieve the organization objectives. And also you can make a difference like it is a dead opposite of single use plan. It is designed to ensure that internal operations of the organization run smoothly. So these are designed for smooth running of operations in the organization. Such a plan greatly ensures efficiency in routine decision making. So these plans will very useful for achieving or taking a decisions in the organization. It is usually developed once but is modified from time to time to meet the business needs as required. The standing plans are prepared one time but it can be taken place, that modification taken place whenever the changes will happen. Suppose the business environmental totally dynamic in nature, definitely the plans never work. So for that reason they have to change according to the change taking place in the business environment. Standing plans includes policies, procedures, methods and rules. So these are the examples of standing plan. Let us understand each example in depth. First one, objectives. The first step in the planning process that we have understood in the previous chapter, that is setting objectives. Objectives can be said to be the desired future position that the management would like to reach. So objectives are very basic to the organization. It will describe why it is existing, or the company why it is established. So for that reason they have to define the company, so they have to set the objectives, and they are defined as an end which the management seeks to achieve by its objectives or operations. Therefore, an objective simply stated is what you would like to achieve. That is the end result of activity. So, for doing that particular task, you will be having a predetermined plans. So, that is nothing but achieving the organizational goal. How to achieve? By setting a target. That target itself will be called it as a objective. For example, an organization may have an objectives of increasing the sales by 10% or earning a reasonable rate of return on investment, earns a 20% profits from the business. So these are some examples of objectives. See, objectives can be set by functional level or for the whole organization. Suppose increasing the sales by 10% in the sense the organizations has to determine the each and every plans to the functional level also. To increase the sales, of course the production department has to participate. So it is like a all pervasive. The objectives will be applicable everywhere in the organization, irrespective of the departmental or the functions of the organizations. Objectives needs to be expressed in specific terms, that is they should be measurable in quantitative term in the form of written statement of desired results to be achieved within a given time period. The objectives always sets to be in a quantitative term where the actual results can be compared with the objective set in the organization initially in the planning process. So that can be make a comparison from the actual performance with the standard performance. So for that reason objectives can be in written form as well as it must be in a measurable, that is quantitative term. Next one, that second one, strategy. A strategy provides the broad contours of the organization's business. It will also refers to future decisions defining the organization's direction and scope in the long run. The strategies mainly help the organization to achieve the objectives for the long run. So the strategy will be framed in the organization for the one time. Sometime the strategy may be formed for the standing, that is regular basis. So this will show you the direction to achieve the objectives in a standard way. So for that reason the strategies are like the plans you have to prepare for achieving the objectives. The strategy is an example for the plan which is neither single nor standing plan, which I say sometimes the company can frame a single strategy and throughout the organization winding up, so they can continue with a single plan or single strategy, or they can make a modification according to the changes, so that the it will be sometime it will be used as a standing plan. For example, a company's marketing strategy has to be address certain questions, that is who are our customers. See, customers, if you make any strategy for a single group of the consumers, You should not be like strict towards only concentrating on only one single group of the consumers. You can diversify your uh, target customers. So again you can make a changes over the strategy, but you can set a standard and a single use plan where you can concentrate only on a single category of the consumers. What is a demand for the product? You can analyze the demand and make a strategy to crack the market. Which channel of distributions to use? That distribution channels, either you can go with a wholesalers and retailers and consumers, or you can only go with a directly manufacturers and to the retailers and consumers. So you can choose any distribution level according to your budget or cost. What is a pricing strategy? That sometime you can keep, means initially you can keep a low price, later you can increase the price, or you can go with a, basically you can set the high price, later by day you can reduce the cost of the product. So in that strategy that you can use. And how do we advertise the product? One of the most important strategy to reach the consumers, that advertisement must be effective. So these and many more issues needs to be resolved while formulating a marketing strategy for any organization. So this is an example for the strategy, that is marketing strategy. Same thing, they can make a strategy for the finance department and also for the production department to increase the production capacity. Third one, policy. Policies are the general statements that guide the thinking or channelize the energies towards a particular direction. Policies provides a basis for interpreting strategy, which is usually stated in general terms. Policies mainly means general, meaning that it will general statements that guides the thinking and channelize the energies towards a particular direction. So according to the strategy you can make any policies in the organization. They are guides to managerial action and decisions in a implementation of strategies. So to implement the strategy you can make some policies where everybody has to follow that. So for that reason you have to frame the policy with the accordance of strategy. For example, the company may have to recruitment policy, pricing policy, within which objectives are set and decisions are made. If there is an established policy, it becomes easier to resolve problem or issues. As such, a policy is a general response to the particular problem or situation. Policies can be modified according to the situation. One term you have to remember. Here what happened? The examples, in the example they have taken two, that is recruitment policy and pricing policy. I will deal with the recruitment policy now. A recruitment policy, in that the general statements or general rules and regulations which is mentioned where the organizations has to follow. The one who is appointed for the position, that is higher position, that person must stay in the position for at least 2 years. So this policy will make a person to take a strong decision for the organization. So same thing, there are so many policies where you can make a strategies to stay the employees in the organization. You can take a signature on the bond paper. So that will make a person to be very responsible and very serious towards the organization. So in that manner they can make a policies to get the things done by the others. Next one, procedures. Procedures are routine steps on how to carry out the activities. They, they detail the exact manner in which any work is to be performed, and these are arranged or specialized in the chronological order. So here the procedures like a routine steps what you have to take to carry out the each and every activity in the organization. For example, they may be the procedure there may be the procedures for requisitioning supplies before production. What is this requisitioning? That is checking the quality of the product, that raw material, and making down whether these are sufficient or not, whether the order whatever you are getting is exactly the order which you placed. So these all things has to be taken care, and later you can send the product to the next department for production purpose. Policies and procedures are interlinked with each other. Procedures are steps to be carried out within a broad policy framework. So these policies and procedures are totally interlinked. According to the policy, the process has to be taken place. So for that reason, everything has to be carried out according to the policy what the organization is following. Method. Methods provides the prescribed ways or manner in which task has to be performed considering the objectives. So this is like what kind of the methods has to be followed. So that includes of each and every aspect how to achieve the objectives by following some procedures and policies. It deals with the task comprising one steps of procedures and specifies how this step is to be performed. So this is like already said, it is includes of a procedures. So according to the procedures what methods has to be followed, that it has to be planned before starting a process or before starting a activity. The methods may vary from task to task. Selection of the proper methods saves the time, money, efforts, and increase the efficiency. So this is like a task is totally means the method is totally different from one task to the another task. Now the sales department should follow a different methods, and same sales department method should not be followed in the production because their method is totally different related to producing the goods. So for that reason, on the basis of the functions and the features of that particular work, they have to frame a method. And also the selection of the proper methods will be very useful for the organization to save the time, money, and also the efforts of the workers, and you can achieve the objectives in a efficient way. For example, for higher level management orientation program, so those who are appointing to the organization, you have to give a orientation program. What do you mean by orientation program? That is introducing a organization to the one who is joining the organization. So you have to say the broad features, broad like rules and regulations, policies, what has to be followed, what should not be followed, do's, don't. Each and everything has to be introduced to the workers or the any um, professionals who are joining the organization. That is called as a orientation program. So for higher level management orientation programs, you can conduct a lecturers and your seminars to deliver a message to them. Whereas for the supervisory levels, you can go with a job training method or any work oriented method where they will understand each and every concept in the related to the organization under the training, under the trainer. And also you can conduct a work related methods by giving some work to them. You have to make realize what has to be followed in the organization. So these like methods has to be followed according to their capacity. Next one, rule. Rules are specific statements that inform what is to be done. They do not allow for any flexibility or discretion. It reflects a managerial decision that a certain action must or must not be taken. So the rules are specific statements of the organizations what has to be informed and related to what to do and how to do, and also what should not to be do. So they do not allow any flexibility because rules are in a inflexible nature. It has by hard and fast rule you have to follow. And also it reflects a managerial decisions that certain actions must or must not be taken in the organization. So it will guide the each and every workers. These rules will make a new that freshers to be understand the concept and also the procedures methods in the organization what they are following. They are usually the simplest type of plans because there is no compromise or change unless a policy decision is taken. Suppose a policy is going to be changing means definitely the rules has to change. Suppose the method is going to change, similarly they have to change the rule. So these are very in a simplest way means to be follow, and there is no compromise for the following. So if somebody is not following they may be punishable. Next one, program. Programs are the detailed statements about a project which outlines the objectives, policies, procedures, rules, tasks, human and physical resources required, and the budget to implement any course of action. So programs is totally includes of these all types of the plan. And also the last point, that is last sentence, budget to implement the course of action. So this is also includes about the budget. So programs will include the entire gamut of activities as well as a organization's policy and how it will contribute to the overall business plan. So these are like in the program is totally includes of these all plans, and it will give you the each and every specifications for achieving the objectives. Last one, that is budget. A budget is a statements of expected results expressed in the numerical terms. It is a plan which quantifies the future facts and figures. So each and everything aspect in a future that forecasting the future, and it is estimated in the numerical way. For example, a sales budgets may forecast the sales of different products in each area for the for the particular month. A budget may be means may also be prepared to show the number of the workers required in the factory at peak production times. So suppose a company having a proper budget from that particular department, they can estimate how much we can produce uh, in a particular month, as well as how much we can sell or how much we can reach in a 1 month the related to sales. So that they can estimate in a numerical way. And also suppose the sales budget has been prepared properly, definitely it will be useful for the production and the finance department as well as for the department, where HR department can take a list of the workers who are capable to achieve means work in the organization, and also some how many workers has to be recruited. So each and every data can be estimated if you have the sales budget. Same thing, sales accordance with the sales budgets, they can make over the statement or budget for the production department, where they can achieve means produce that much of product to satisfy the sales team. So in that manner they have to make a preparation in a numerical way, that will be called it as a budget. Since the budgets represents all items in numbers, it becomes easier to compare actual figures with expected figures and take a corrective actions subsequently. Thus, a budget is also a controls device from which deviations can be taken care of. So here, suppose each and every aspects are represented in the numerical way, it is very easy for the organization to make a comparison. So they can get a expected result by making a comparison of actual performance with the standard. If they are not reaching, if they are finding a negative differences, definitely they have to care that particular department and make a some modifications related to all the plans. So they have to change their method, policy, rules, everything. This completes the chapter as well as the topic. If you have any doubts related to the types of plans, you can reach me by WhatsApp. Thank you.